What's going on? Welcome back to Father to Six. I am the General. I'm live. This might be my first live of the year. Didn't have a video for today, so this is it. I'm gonna talk about a few things, but the first thing I want to talk about is a post that I did on my other channel. I have another channel, Greater Grand Rising. Greater Grand Rising. So the post I did read, "Emotional energy is finite. Emotional energy is finite," which means that your emotional energy has a cap, a limit to it. It's measurable to a measurement that there's a E and a F, empty and a full. Your emotional energy. Why is this important? I think, at least in my experience, that sometimes we overdo and run real low and sometimes in a negative with our emotional energy, that we're not creating boundaries with what is taxing to us. And emotional energy is pretty much like this. Imagine a battery and it's on full when you first buy the batteries. And then after so many usage of it, it starts to go down and down and down, right? That's how your emotional energy is. And how can I describe your emotional energy? Emotional energy is that which pulls you emotionally. Something that pulls you emotionally. Something that moves you emotionally. And it's usually a negative emotion, right? So frustration, anger, jealousy, a whole bunch of other stuff, but things along those lines. So emotional energy is finite. It means that there is a limit to it. Do you put a boundary and a cap on your emotional spending? Do you have a budget on your emotional spending? Right? So think about this. You have a paycheck and, responsible people budget their paycheck by, shoot, this amount of my paycheck is going towards this bill. This amount of my paycheck is going towards savings. This amount of my paycheck is going towards investments, right? And this right here is my rainy day fund. This is my birthday fund, so forth and so on. Do you do that with your emotions, right? And your emotional energy, like when it comes to certain people or everybody in general, right? I'll give you this much of me emotionally. I'm only going to give you so much of me emotionally. I'm not going to allow you to take more emotionally from me than what I'm allotting you to. I'm not going to let you steal more emotions from me, my emotional energy from me. You know what I mean? Do we really do that with people? Why or why not? Why should you? Because some people are more emotionally taxing than others. And what do I mean by emotionally taxing? That's better right there. I mean that these people require more from you energetically. You gotta explain things more to them. You gotta fight through conversations with them. Everything's a battle. They don't never understand you the first, second, or third time. It's just difficult to deal with this individual. You may have individuals like that you work with, go to school with, live around, neighbors, maybe people that you call friends might be emotionally taxing sometimes. They always got something wrong. They always talking about just something that's going bad. They ain't got nothing good. Or if they do got something good, it's very far and in between, right? It's always some gossip and this person did them wrong and they don't understand this and how could this happen and he did this and she. That's a lot, right? Y'all know people like that. Maybe it's people like that in your family, right? But do you put an emotional budget on these individuals, right? Think about it. Some of us do, a lot of us don't. And then we feel tired, drained, just out of it after you talking to that person or just dealing with a lot throughout the day, because maybe it's not just one person that you're dealing with that is taxing you emotionally. Maybe it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 people all day long. Plus, maybe you are a supervisor, a manager, a CEO. You somebody that deal with a lot of people, and just you work in retail. Them customers be taxing sometimes, right? Co-workers, this, that, and the third. First responders, you're dealing with just so many different people. Do you put a budget on that stuff, right? And I know, well, at least I think, a lot of first responders, those agencies give them like personal days or mental health days because it's a lot, right? I know a lot of them don't even work like a full month. They do 15 on, 15 off, depending on your jurisdiction, your state, and your county. You know what I mean? You're not doing 5, 6, 7 days. But they do those things with the staggered schedules to give those individuals time off to rest and relax, kind of clear the mind, right? And they give you a schedule. So like, okay, I'm going to be on the job for at least 12 hours, 13, 14 the max, right? That's the time you allot into that job, and you prepare for the most part for the interactions that you're going to be having, right? And when I mean that, like you're prepared, or you have an idea of how much it might be, right? And if it's too much, I got to clock out, I got to leave. But do you do that with the people that's in your life, right? Do you? Do you say, you know what? This person get on my daggone nerves. Every time we talk, it's just something in a battle. I'm only going to give this person 5 minutes. Or, you know what? I'm not even going to give this person anything today. They call, I'm not answering, and that's it. I need a break from them. You know, maybe you might text them, maybe not. Maybe the people calling it ghosting. I don't know. Okay. But do you put a time limit, a boundary on these people? And if you don't, maybe you should. Maybe you should. Take back your emotional energy back. People call this emotional or vampire energies, or energy vampires, right? Where they just suck the energy out of you, right? People that just suck the energy out of you. They always just require a lot. Are you putting boundaries on these people? Or are you just allowing them to just suck the energy out of you? It's like a vampire coming. You just like, all right, right here. This is a good spot right here. Boundaries. Boundaries. Right? Personal boundaries for yourself and for them. And maybe they may not understand how do I set boundaries with these people? And say, hey, I can't talk to you today because you're a lot. Maybe so, right? Or maybe, you know what? Hey, I'm busy. What you busy with? I'm busy relaxing. I'm busy relaxing. It's going to be a lot. Or, hey, mind if I call you back tomorrow? We speak tomorrow or a few days from today? You see what I'm saying? Giving yourself that room, right? And maybe they feel like they can call you for everything. They can come over to your house for everything, come to your desk for everything, because this is what you allowed. So now they're used to doing this. So that first couple times might be a little difficult. What you mean you tired? What you mean you a couple days from today? Or can I just call you back? Why I can't come to your desk no more? I just want to get caught up on this right here. You know what I mean? They're going to feel some type of way. But guess how you going to feel? You're going to feel relieved, right? Relieved that that energy ain't as pulling from you. They not pulling that energy as much as they was before when you allowed them. before you set the boundaries. So emotional energy is finite. This is important. Also, I just wanted to let you know about my new channel called Greater Grand Rising, all one word. And it's pretty much very similar to this one, but I'm not honing only on parenting and fatherhood and father to six or just fathering. I'm going to cover a wide variety of topics on there that deals with everybody, not just fathers and parents, but you know, it's going to touch you no matter what position you in life. Depending on where you at, maybe more so, than somebody else. But there's a message for everybody nonetheless. Thanks for tuning in. Father to six, I am the general. And remember, emotional energy is finite. Don't forget that. Put boundaries on your emotional energy. Put boundaries on those who pull from you. Start standing up for yourself with the boundaries. Okay? Stand up with yourself with boundaries. And most importantly, respect your own boundaries. Don't allow other people to cross your boundaries and you just don't say nothing. Right? You just as bad as them. You allowing it to happen. And yeah, it might cause some friction, some confrontation. And yeah, you know what? You're probably nervous. You're probably scared. You're like, man, I don't even like this. But who gonna speak up for you better than you speaking up for yourself? Who gonna speak up for you better than you speaking up for yourself? Start today practicing. You're like, oh, I was about to say it, but I got scared. You got scared. No. Who's more important? They feelings about venting to you and giving you all the gossip and all that stuff? Or your emotional energy? How you feeling? Who's more important, them or you? Well, they got this going on. Stop. Stop making excuses, right? Stop making excuses, right? Stick up for yourself. Put them boundaries up. You watching this? Because you probably need to hear this. Or you watching this because you're like, yeah, you right. Yeah, I remember that. So the best thing you can do is set those boundaries up for yourself and share this video. Share this video with somebody. They're probably gonna feel some type of way like, what? That's not me. Okay, cool. It was some good information, right? Yeah, so I was sharing it. That's why. All right, like that picture above. Shout out to L. Beckford. L. Beckford. It's the artist who did that. Dope. It's my guy. All right, Father to six, I am the general. Emotional energy is finite. Boundaries. All right, check me out on Greater Grand Rising. All social media platforms I'm building right now. So you just see a little bit of content now, but as we go, you're going to see more. That's it. Thanks for tuning in.